Hey guys, it's Wednesday, February the 28th of 2024, and I'm doing natural gas US pre-market open. So without any further delay, let's get into it. So a couple of new things we've added now. We're on the 4-hour chart, and we're assuming this is our low. I, in hindsight, started looking at the Gann's technique and noticed something. I was like, you know what? That 152 makes sense now. It wasn't making sense. I wasn't looking at some other data points, and I was like, yeah, you know what? That makes sense. So let's assume that this is our low, if that theory works, and let's start tracking how nat gas is going to start moving forward from here. So what I did here on the 4-hour chart, I added an Andrews pitchfork. Obviously, this is the midpoint, the 50%, and I want to see this angle hold. So if it's chopping around here, this might be great opportunities to get in on this side, even if it breaks it through. But if it gets right back in, that might be an indication that it might then test that high and then kiss this angle and then just kind of grind. And even if it's grinding on this side, it's fine. But if it gets above this side of the Andrews pitchfork, that's even better because it's even stronger. Then you'll probably see this line up here be more kind of like resistance, bouncing off it and all that. And this is part of a bigger picture of Andrews pitchfork. So the green line is always the midpoint, the center. That's very important. And then it looks like that's I believe that's 25 or 75% level is one of these that you see here on the bigger picture. Let's go now to our 4-hour Gann grid, and you see it's all about geometry and angles and just kind of tracking where nat gas is going. And as long as we can stay on this side, it's good. Because we could be bouncing around here, but as long as we can stay here is good. Now, if it gets, below the green line, which is the midpoint, the 1x1, 4x4 on the Gann grid, and then it's a little weaker, but it could still be grinding, but it's more on the weaker side in regards to position and price and time. So we'll keep tracking that, but so far it's doing good. It's trying to stay above this $1.79, which is your first impulse, then retracement. And it's trying to get above there. So let's look at our simple glance chart and see what we got there. MACD is still negative. MACD on the weekly hasn't done the crossover yet, but it looks like it's potentially about to do it. I like to see this weekly candle turn to like one of these. It doesn't have to be the white color, but it needs to be like a little spinning top, because that's indicating that maybe the weekly is reversing. We're kind of like doing baby steps, just kind of seeing how this is going to build up for maybe a turnaround. A positive thing here is that it's finding support at the value area low and also finding support at the linear regression channel. So here it could be a possible turning point to maybe the midpoint here, or maybe the point of control, which is 258. Too early to tell, but definitely test 194, which is our April 14 low. On the daily, you see that we're trying to stay above 178, which is this pivot high, and we're fighting with the 20 SMA right now, which is a yellow line. It just came right towards us, and we're just fighting this right now. PPS buy signal. Could it pull back? It could pull back. Might be a great opportunity to get in if you're not in. So that's what I'm, considering and thinking. So we'll see how that plays out. MACD is positive, and you got white candle, it's trending higher, and it's a little weaker here, but it's still, trying to get above that 20 SMA. Let's look at our midpoint real quick. And you see that 174 is a key level I was watching. I think the next target would be 194. And statistically, let's see what we got. It's bullish trading day. It's all right. It's decent. Weekday is down, so you make money here if you go long. So far it's looking good, and then there's nothing here. So we'll see. Let's look at our levels for this week. We're holding 179. If we could get to 186 and 192, those are the targets for the week. Now, if they want to slam it down, you at least want to stay or hold 165. If they push down there, obviously you're going to test 152, and I think this would probably be, a very good entry if it goes down there. I don't think it's going to go any lower than that. You got 177 for today only. So if it finds support and it bounces here, Your target to the upside would be at least 183, obviously the high of the US session yesterday, and then 187 and then 190. And if they want to, you know, trick us and push lower, 177, 168, and 165. Right now in the square 9, we're at 179 right here, 183. And look at that, like dominoes right there. This is your 45-degree angle right here. So yeah, it's going to be resistance. Now, if we could penetrate through that, definitely it's going to go to 190, which is right up here. So 190, my stall there. But if the gods are good in heaven, then maybe, you know, 197. Obviously, remember 194 was the low. So we got to see how that's going to play out. But if they're going to push it lower, obviously you got support at 176, 177, which is right here. And then push it back to 169. So maybe this is going to start being your range until we decide what we're going to do. Maybe somewhere around here like this. Yeah. I don't know if we're going to go back down here to this area, but you never know. But somewhere like this, we're going to be going back and forth. I'm going to sign out. Hope you like this video, and I'll keep you posted on my thoughts on natural gas.